Good afternoon, and thank you for being with us. Yesterday I stated that nothing we could say or do would bring back Mr. and Mrs. Lamb, but what we could do was make sure that we worked tirelessly to try to bring closure to the family, and that we made sure that those responsible for these brutal murders could be brought to justice. Today we're pleased to announce that we have arrested and charged 3 individuals responsible for the brutal murders of Mr. and Mrs. Lamb. I am always proud of our Harris County Sheriff's Office homicide investigators for their tenacity and hard work. They have worked tirelessly since first being assigned to this case on Saturday and remained focused even as our region grappled with a brutal winter storm. I want to thank the media for helping us disseminate details and images on the case. Through good old-fashioned police work and our public's help, we have accomplished our goals of holding accountable those responsible for these heinous crimes, those scumbags, bringing some closure to the Lamb family, and making sure that these individuals don't harm any more human beings in our county. At this point, I'd like to turn the mic over to Lieutenant Sandoval with the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Division.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to the news media for being here to help us get this information out. I'd also like to offer condolences once again to the Lamb family on behalf of the entire Sheriff's Office. I'd like to remind everyone here in the room that any one of us could find ourselves in a situation similar to this, and hopefully we never have to. I'd like to thank the news media again for helping us get the word out, getting the information out. Thank you to the homicide investigators who worked tirelessly, as the sheriff had indicated, on this case. They were persistent, dogged in their determination to make sure that we brought this to a complete resolution on behalf of the Lamb family. What it turns out to be is that we received numerous tips as a result of the story being aired on the news. Those tips were followed up, which led us to that Lincoln Navigator that was seen in the video that was shown. As a result of that, there were 3 individuals that we were able to come in contact with, take them into custody. Those individuals were brought back to the Harris County Sheriff's Office to be interviewed, and as a result of that, one of those individuals has confessed to the crime. The other 2 individuals that were with him didn't want to say anything at this point. We've filed the capital murder charges on the 3 suspects. We will continue to tie up some loose ends relative to the investigation, and it just can't be said enough that we thank our partners in the community who came forward and provided the information that was necessary for us to take care of this case. We would also like to thank our other units that helped us, Robbery Division. We had individuals from SWAT that were involved. We also had High-Tech Crimes Unit who was responsible for getting all the video taken care of for us to be able to get out and push out to the media. We'd also like to thank the gang task force, the FBI gang task force, and without their help, it would have been a lot more difficult and a difficult task to get this taken care of. So once again, we greatly appreciate it. We will continue to tie up the loose ends in the investigation and make sure that we put together a complete prepared packet for the Harris County District Attorney's Office to be able to bring this case to prosecution successfully. We're not going to talk about any of the details relative to the operation of taking these individuals into custody. We had no issues with them when they were taken into custody. And like I said, we were able to bring them back and interview them and obtain the information that was necessary. We also found linkage, which means that there was property that these individuals had in their possession at the time that they were taken into custody that would link them to the Lamb's residence. Also, once again, I'd like to thank the news media for putting this information out, for getting the public to assist us and to shrink the world of these bad guys so we could get them into custody in short order. Thank you.
You said that this could happen.
Also, I want to also stress that the nature of this crime was very brutal. As I stated yesterday, Mr. and Mrs. Lamb were executed, And we feel that it's a possibility that these individuals have committed other violent crimes. So we also want the public to know that if they've been a victim of a crime where a black navigator may have been used, especially in recent weeks, or once they see the images, the mugshot photos, if anyone has come in contact with them in any way, not only as a victim but knows them, we'd appreciate if they could call the Harris County Sheriff's Office Homicide Division or Crime Stoppers as well at 713-222-TIPS to offer that information, because we definitely feel that this is not the first time that they've done something like this, and so we want to make sure that we continue to work diligently. So we've finished the first important hurdle, but we want to make sure that if others have been victimized out there, that we could also bring some closure and justice to them as well. You heard from members of the Lamb family yesterday. More are gathered here today in support of, obviously, the investigation and still mourning the loss of their loved ones. And once again, on behalf of the Harris County Sheriff's Office, we offer our condolences to the family once again. And so at this point, Mr. Richard Lamb, the son, will be speaking on behalf of the entire family. Richard.
Thank you, sir. My name is Richard Lamb. I'm joined by my sister Michelle Lamb, her husband SK, my girlfriend Nikki, three of my best friends Michael, Jason, Jay-On, and his wife Fee. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that we are relieved to have these three men off the streets, no longer able to harm anybody else. I just wanted to say that we are all extremely grateful for all the work, the hard work that the men and women in blue did around the clock, all the agents, all the investigators, and all the deputies. And a special thank you to Deputy David Crane for all his hard work for the last 4 days. They worked tirelessly, and we know it, and we truly, truly appreciate it. We hopefully get some closure in this with the trials. And I just wanted to thank the media and the public for all their help and for all the support as well. Thank you.
He mentioned Investigator Crane, Investigator Bill, his partner, was also obviously his partner and very instrumental in all this, as well as all the other Harris County Sheriff's Office support personnel, as we heard earlier, that assisted.